A Candle to the Sun. Written by Moabite and read for you by Astro Brony. Twilight Sparkle wandered anxiously back and forth through the Canterlot Market, occasionally poking her head into a stall before moving on to the next one. Spike followed her path, though every so often he would have to break into a jog to keep up. They had been at this for hours now, and his feet felt like lead.
Oh,
Twilight moaned.
What in Equestria do you buy a princess as a gift?
There's a shop over there selling beds, said Spike wearily.
I think she'd like a bed. Maybe I should test one out to make sure it's okay. Focus, Spike. I need to meet Princess Celestia today, and I still haven't found a gift that says, you know.
Twilight blushed. Spike sighed. You sure you want to go through with this, Twi? Telling Princess Celestia your feelings for her? Twilight shot him an angry glare.
I kept my feelings to myself too long, and today...
She waved a hoof at the marketplace's holiday-themed heart-shaped bunting and a sign over a florist's stall. The sign said, "Say you love her with flowers."
Today is the day to tell her.
Spike shrugged. Fine, I was just asking. We've been shopping since dawn, though, and I'm tired and hungry. As if prompted, his stomach rumbled loudly. Correction, he said. I was hungry hours ago. Now I'm starving. Can I just get one gem? Please, Twi? Twilight was about to tell him no, but a pang of conscience held her back. Trepidation over the impending confession to the princess had made her poor company on this trip, and Spike had been suffering the consequences ever since they had left Ponyville yesterday.
Fine,
she conceded.
But make it quick. There's a stall over there.
Not needing to be told twice, Spike skipped excitedly over to the display of gemstones and began to hum and haw over the selection like a child trying to pick a flavor of ice cream. Twilight, meanwhile, cast a jaded eye over the jewelry hung at the back. They had been in some of the finest jewelers in Canterlot, and she doubted she would find anything of higher quality in a market stall that had been erected that morning. Sure enough, she saw nothing that would suit the princess, and she turned her attention back to the baby dragon. But her tired imagination caught up with her and elbowed her in the ribs. She looked back over the jewelry to a heavy gold necklace with 4 purple topazes embedded in it. It was nice, she thought, but not perfect. A gift given with the proclamation of love needed to be perfect. Her imagination nudged her again, and the colors of the necklace swam and changed. She gasped and excitedly waved the vendor over.
Do you do modifications?
She asked. The vendor, a middle-aged gray mare, nodded in affirmation.
Can you take that?
She pointed at the necklace.
And change 3 of the stones on it for that?
She pointed to a pastel pink ruby.
That?
She pointed to a sky blue sapphire.
And this?
She whisked the pale green garnet out of Spike's hands. He gave her a look like a kicked puppy, but she took no notice.
Sure thing, madame, said the jeweler. I'll have that done within the hour, and the whole lot comes to 450 bits.
Twilight balked.
450?
She began, but stopped. There was no way she was going to give up this opportunity.
400,
she replied.
440. Faded garnets are hard to come by. I saw a basket full of them in Leon's Jewelers this morning. 410. You'll have cuttings left over after you fit the new gems. 435. The gems I take off will be harder to sell alone. 430 and have it ready in a half hour. Done.
Twilight danced happily on the spot.
Yes, 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 yes! Finally! It's going to be perfect for her. Come on, Spike. Let's let the lady work in peace.
Spike, frozen in place, stared at his empty hands where the delicious gem had once been. His lips quivered pathetically as Twilight skipped away, humming to herself. The palace was quiet. Many of the staff were taking advantage of the holiday, and only a few remained to wait on the royals. Princess Celestia had retired to her chambers and was currently flicking through a dog-eared copy of The Entwined Ship, a tawdry novel that she had one of the maids sneak in for her. Trashy paperbacks were a guilty pleasure of hers that she rarely got the chance to indulge herself in while there were so many staff about. She lay on a bed of cushions on the floor with a glass of wine beside her, the book propped against a larger, more somber tome. Just outside, Twilight raised her hoof to knock on the door, but hesitated. The necklace, now boxed and gift-wrapped, was perched on her back and seemed to be growing heavier and heavier with the significance it bore. She lowered her hoof again and scampered back to the pillar near the end of the corridor where Spike waited impatiently. 37, 38, 39, and you're back again, he said. You're getting better, though. It was nearly 39 seconds before you chickened out this time. Twilight looked miserable.
I know! I'm too nervous.
Twilight,
it's just that I don't know what to say, and I don't know how she'll react, and I really don't want to mess up the relationship we have now.
Spike tried again, but Twilight continued, her voice picking up speed as fear and frustration got the better of her.
Maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe it's okay like it is. We can just stay friends, and that's okay, right? Right? This was a silly idea. I don't know what I was thinking.
She looked at Spike and put on a happy face.
Come on, Spike, we're leaving. You must be hungry. You can have this. It's not important anymore.
She shoved the colorful box into Spike's arms. Spike was ravenous, and the mere thought of the gems within sent his stomach into peals of gurgling again. But as he watched, a tear formed in Twilight's eye and rolled down her cheek, betraying her false smile. He shook his head sadly. All right, Twilight. If you're sure that's what you want, let's go. He climbed onto her back, and the two trotted towards the exit. As they passed Celestia's door for the last time, Twilight became aware of a faint squeaking noise. She stopped and leaned towards the door, her nervousness temporarily drowned out by curiosity. But the squeaking got neither louder nor quieter as she got closer to the door, until she realized it was coming from Spike. He was using a large blue marker to write something on the box she had given him.
What are you doing?
Spike capped the marker and rotated the gift so Twilight could see his writing. It read, "With all of my love, Twilight Sparkle." Before she could react, Spike inhaled deeply and breathed a huge gout of green flame over the box, which evaporated in a plume of smoke that flowed through the air and under Celestia's door. Twilight watched in horror as the last wisp disappeared from view. Spike, meanwhile, dismounted and rapped his knuckles loudly on the solid oak timbers, then sprinted down the corridor with speed only mischief makers can attain. That was A Candle to the Sun. I hope you all enjoyed that one. I thought it was a sweet story, a nice little sweet story. I liked it. I'm recording this right after I finished a live stream with Wooten AIE, Goody Serenade, and a bunch of other people. And it was a lot of fun. We narrated stuff for months of been. Yeah, it was 6.5 hours of narration. I believe Wooten's gonna put it up on his channel unedited, so you can go check that out and all the shenanigans we were up to. I'll put a link to that in the description and on the screen right in front of you when he does that. I don't have much other news other than that. So, I guess until next time, this is Astro Brony, signing off.